Good evening, and welcome to Screwy Eulogies,
where we report on the insane deaths of famous people and dignitaries.
Today we remember the B-movie actor Scarlett Skitluck.
And we mourn the passing of the inventor of the flying wash line, Fernandia Baglady.
Scarlett Skitluck started acting as a baby in 1925, when he was carried on set accidentally by his mother, who was employed as a studio cleaning lady at the time.
The producers were so impressed with little Scarlett's performance, they fired his mother and threw them out of the studio.
The movie was called Herman Hump's High Sea Adventure, and this is the scene, apparently, where Scarlett makes his movie debut. Briefly. In the background. In the distant background.
If you are one of the few very eagle-eyed film buffs who could actually see Scarlett,
email or text the studio and let us know.
Mrs. Skitluck didn't give up on her son's acting career.
She put Scarlett through many auditions and consequently he managed to get many walk-on, non-speaking roles.
The highlight of his early career was his role as the smoking policeman in the background of one brief scene in Casablanca, the 1942 Humphrey Bogart film.
However, you will not see that scene in the film today, since it wasn't included in the final print, because Humphrey Bogart couldn't say sticky knickers without choking on his cigarette. All copies were thought to be destroyed.
There were rumors that a copy of the scene actually existed, but no serious film researcher would give them credence.
Until a 15-second length of film containing the scene was found, and it was promptly sold at auction for $25 million.
Whoever bought it must have a wad so thick he could beat whales to death with it.
Please Dave, enough with the Red Dwarf references. This is a serious show?
Scarlett finally got a speaking role in the 1953 B-movie western, Crazy Cowboys and Insane Indians.
In the scene, Scarlett had to yodel loudly while riding a horse. Unfortunately, Scarlett could not ride horses, so the scene was shot with him standing on the ground.
The producers were so impressed with Scarlett's performance, that he didn't get a speaking role for another 25 years.
Scarlett struggled most of his life as an actor, but he had to pay the bills somehow. Over the decades, he was employed in many different fields.
Waiter, barman, barber,
shoe salesman, taxi driver, short order cook,
jazz flutist, circus unicycling blindfold high wire juggler, bank manager,
disco dancing champion, flamingo repellent salesman, linebacker for the Seattle Seahawks,
and chicken stringer.
Chicken stringer?
Not many people know that Scarlett Skitluck was a grade 3 chicken stringer.
That's interesting. But the acting phenomenon that was Scarlett Skitluck met his end recently while enjoying an early evening beer in his garden.
A large bird pooped on his bald spot. He looked up to shake his fist and scream incandescently at the bird that had performed the heinous act on him.
Whereupon it pooped straight in his mouth, causing him to choke to death.
It was just as well he died there and then. Can you imagine the horrible disease he would have died of if he had lived?
We'll be back right after this important message.
Hey, Jessica, don't just sit there, bored out of your wits. Check out Kristin's plots on Plotagon. Without Kristin's inspiration, this plot would not have been possible, so don't delay. Get yourself entertained today, on Kristin's page on Plotagon.
Welcome back to Screwy Eulogies. Fernandia Baglady was hanging out her washing when she had a great idea to make the chore much easier.
Ms. Baglady invented the self-propelled wash line designed to take your washing into the upper atmosphere where cooler air and stronger winds will dry your washing quicker.
Ms. Baglady became a billionaire because of the flying wash line, and enjoyed the lifestyle of the rich and famous for many years.
Until her life was brought to a sudden and tragic end, when she was shot to death by her pet hamster.
That's all we have time for.
Catch you next time on Screwy Eulogies.